Hello and welcome to episode 5 of series 4 of Master League Story Mode. Now Clermont Foot under Corinne Diacre have snuck up into 12th place in the league after 9 games in Ligue 2 with Ferebory Dore, our big man up front. He's now second in the goal rankings with 5 goals. Things are starting to look a little better. We relied on a fair bit of luck though in the last episode. We need to really push on from those wins. They were wins, you can't deny that, you can't take that away from us. We need to push on and show some real quality now, and hopefully we can do that. We've got a couple of teams coming up. We've got Valenciennes today, and then Tours away in the second game. They're both below us in the league, but not far off in terms of points. So they're games we need to be winning, and we should be winning. Before we go any further, I'd like to welcome Ricardo Tavares, our newest co-author. He's donating every month on Patreon, and that's working towards a time where there will be 2 monthly live streams. That's the first goal that we get to. We're about halfway there now, but we are also coming up fairly quickly on the 5,000 subscriber celebratory stream. I'd like to know in the comments whether you would rather see a Master League or a Become a Legend stream, or maybe a mix of the two. I guess I could maybe do that. It might be a bit complicated. No, just let me know which one you'd rather have. I'd probably just do the one. Let me know in the comments. Now, before we get any further, we are into October now, very nearly into November. We want to be thinking about the transfer window. We don't have any budget at all. We are very, very cash poor. 15,000 euros. It's very difficult to ever get down to such a small amount of money, but we've managed it. In terms of players that we can sell, well, we've got, can't sell the keeper, can't sell Laporte because he's our only backup centre-back. And that's it, really. We've got maybe a few offers coming in for some of our bottom feeders who we never play. And Dye, we could probably put him on the list. We haven't played him yet. Loppy, we don't really play you very often. But these are going to be a few 100,000 euros at the most. Dougemont as well. He's already on the list. So there's not going to be much coming in. I guess Guibert as well. Why not? Put you on there as well. So very unlikely that we're going to get much in the way of cash. But maybe we could do a swap deal. That's something to look at. We need to maybe have another look at the scouts. A lot of you have pointed out, amongst you, Kakarot, one of the all-time legends of the comment section. He's been around since pretty much day one. He suggested that we need a striker, and we do. So we've got to be in South America. That is our scouting region for this season. And we're looking for a centre-forward. No point considering the budget at the moment because we're not going to get anything for 15,000 euros. So we'll reject that. It means we'll probably come back with someone probably outside of our range. Maybe in terms of overall rating. Maybe in terms, almost certainly in terms of money. So we'll go still developing. That maybe will give us someone a bit more realistic. I'm not entirely happy with Olivier and Chin at the moment. The big man, the big chin in the centre. He's a dynamic player who we're playing in a pretty much attacking midfielder role, especially with the ball, but he can't finish. And I need that in my attacking midfielders. We've had some great attacking midfielders down the years in Master League Story Mode, all the way back to the days of Emi Buendia at Blackburn, obviously Kieran Dowell in the most recent series. Both of them had goals in them, and I think that's important in PES. It always is important. So, again, South America, again, still developing, and we'll go outside of the budget. And then, well, we've already looked for a left winger. Bring in another winger would work because we could play Honorat as a centre-forward if needed. So we'll just try and look for a right winger as well. And then we've got options, quality options. Let's just take another look at these two that are in there at the moment. Arenas. Decent. He's alright. It's quick. Not going to have much money. 2 million. Put him on the list so we can go back to him when he disappears from here. So as always, I'm open to your suggestions. So if you've got any French players that we can maybe look at, then we can put them on the list to have a look at come the transfer window. We had one good suggestion from I Am J Flow, and that was AD Army, who's a decent looking young centre-back. Massively strong. Didn't even know that. It's 82 defensive prowess as well. We do have Fontaine as our sort of worst player in the squad. Well-known worst player. So he'd definitely be one to take a look at. I don't know how we're going to afford him. He's only 1.5 million. Great bit of scouting there from INJ Flow. So we'll put him on the list. Hopefully we can find a bit of cash to buy him. It looks like we could maybe go through. He's got 1 out of 5 chance of signing, which means you could probably start negotiations at least. Challenge mode has made that pretty difficult. So I've been doing a little bit of searching myself, and I had a thought about a player that I would absolutely love to sign. And that is ex-Arsenal man, still only 24 years old, highly rated youngster. Bit of a flop, but it's Yaya Sanogo, the Chaos Theory man. And he'd fit perfectly into our formation, I think, as a replacement for Dore when needed. He's a big guy, 191. He's got target man. He's good jump, good header. Decent finisher as well. Doesn't look like we can sign him at the moment. He does have a release fee of 1.9. And he's valued at 2.2, which is odd. We'll put him on the list to consider. So with that out of the way, let's get into the first game. Let's see if we can keep this run of one lucky win going. So with the most recent data update, data pack, whatever you call it, got some slightly new looking kits, which are nice. The white one has been updated. I love this white kit. I went on the Clermont Foot website looking for their club shop. I wanted to buy. I love a white kit. And I actually quite like the way that France just goes balls out of the bath with the logos. Like 5, 6, 7 different logos. They love a bit of sponsorship. And whilst I was in the club shop, it amused me to see that they've got some interesting things for sale in there. I quite like this one. This is a USB stick. But the one that made me laugh the most, and the most French thing ever, is they sell lighters. Clermont Foot branded lighters. I know it's a bit of a stereotype that the French love to smoke. But can you imagine an English club selling lighters in their club shop? Maybe there is one. Maybe there is, but that made me laugh. I might have to get one of them. Doesn't look to be a particularly good quality lighter, though. And I don't smoke. And we've got some new faces as well, which is nice. We get to have a real look at Franck Honorat, who I assumed was quite old. Actually, he's only 21 years old. I think he's a quality player. He's got 80 finishing. We need to get him in scoring positions more. Surprised he hasn't got more goals. There's Fontaine's smiley little face. We hadn't seen him up till now. Potentially his days are numbered. Zagadou, we don't get to see you, but we know that you're quality. I'm sure he had a face before, but that's now gone. And then Olivier Nchin, well, he's still there, and we need some performances from him pretty soon. Valenciennes, well, they don't have much in the way of danger up front by the looks of it. Not a single player over 60 in their midfield or striking options. Only one of their centre-backs in the 70s. So on the strength of that, we should be in good shape, but it hasn't worked out quite like that. We're up to 58 team spirit. Hopefully we can get that up to the magic 60 number by the end of this episode, and I think then we'll be in much better shape. Let's get into it. So we return to the Gabriel Montpied Stadium, or the Stade de Gabriel Montpied, and the Clermont Foot fans will be feeling a little bit more positive about their side and about the manager, Corinne Diacre, who's under a lot of pressure early doors as we sat near the bottom of the table. But now we are solidly mid-table after 9 games, and that's where you want to be. We're within striking distance now of the top 2. Corinne Diacre has been given a big goal this season to get promoted, and we need wins today to try and keep us going in the right direction. So what can we do today? What's going to be the strategy? Well, Olivier Nchin is going to run it forward. Nice little chip pass into Honorat there. Edge of the box, he'll hit this one. Stung the gloves, but Paqui able to bring it under. We know we want to get Franck-ly shooting a bit more because he's got it in his locker. That's poor. Dore intercepts nicely. Wellington Nem, nice play. Massawema goes back. Overlapping run from Saavedra. Early ball in, not a good one. And that attack breaks down, but it's good interception, good anticipation. Oh dear, Saavedra out of position, and that's a lovely ball through. And Dow should be able to keep this one in. He's got Fontaine following him. Oh, couldn't quite get there. Saavedra, though, out of position. Valenciennes can bring it forward. Early ball into the box. Great take from Ndao. Been a spectacular effort there from the Valenciennes striker, but I think that went out for a corner. Big Zagadou makes himself big. Headers away confidently. Diarra, though, puts it back into the box. They'll turn here. Fontaine will get it away. God, it's just panic, panic, panic. Anytime we get in those sort of positions. Honorat there. Now in Cham. Lovely sprayed ball out to Wellington Nem. He's got a little bit of space to run into now. The Brazilian through the centre. Steps back inside. Beautiful running here by... Oh, it's a beautiful ball into Ferebory Dore with the right foot finish. And that is a counter-attack of the highest quality. And Wellington Nem looking really sharp there to start the game. It's a beautifully chipped ball into the man of the moment. The man on fire. Chunky Dore. Finding Dore. Yes, Wellington Nem was able to do that. I don't know if he's a fan of the film. He may be 5'3", but he's not a child. But finding Dore for him there was particularly easy. Lovely step inside here. Little burst of speed away from his man, and that's perfectly weighted into Dore. He takes it down with the left. Finishes with the right. And we're off the mark here at home. Let's keep this going. This is a lovely dink. On his weaker foot as well. Great technical ability there from the Brazilian. And then, yeah, he's finishing well at the moment. He's really getting into his stride. Dore, nice touch from him. And then it's out to Wellington Nem again. Looking to take on his man here. Sees the run. Outside him, it goes inside to Nchin. Now Massawema. This is great passing here from Clermont. Nem beats his man. Ball into the box. Dooley gets the header back. Honorat, surely! And there it is. Franck Honorat. What great link-up that was. It was a lovely bit of play around the edge of the box. Clermont taking their time. Wellington Nem. He's full of beans today. Dooley had made a good run into the box. He got the call from Honorat. Just a little nod back from the defensive midfielder. And Honorat, well, he took his time there. Took a big touch. That's lovely, intelligent play from Dooley. Turning into one of the fan favourites this season. And it's Honorat, well, we wanted to get him a goal and he's got it. And it was a fairly easy finish in the end. But yeah, you've got to be in the right place at the right time. And that's 2 here. Nem gets his head up, looking for options. Spins. Finds Massawema. He's got Saavedra making the bombing run down this left-hand side. Early ball in from him is blocked well. And now he's out of position. And they're going to look to that right wing. Nem doing well, though, tracking back. Fontaine has dropped into Saavedra's position. Oh, Wellington Nem is having the game of his life today. And he finds Saavedra now. So often the auxiliary forward, little outside of the boot ball into Dore. Oh, the pressure is on from Dore. Inside to Honorat now. Surely it's 3 here. And the curling effort from Frankie H. And it's 3 goals in the first half here. The Clermont fans will be delighted with this start. Corinne Diacre's side starting to click now, I feel. And Franck Honorat, well, we wanted goals from him. The 21-year-old, the number 9. We said he's been farmed out on the wing a bit. I know the formation does bring him inside. And he did that to good effect there. Found himself in the right place at the right time. Dore able to pull it back. And then all he had to do was craft a little curling shot around the Valenciennes keeper. Hopeful ball in. But Dore, just the beast of a man, putting the defender under pressure. Out of his foot. Great finish from Honorat. That's the 80 finishing there in action. And it's 3 in the first 45. And it's dream time now for Clermont Foot. Look at this. Beautiful. Well, Valenciennes managed to get a shot off in this half. This is some of the most passing in a row that they've managed. Mason puts a ball over. Zagadou misses it. It is a shot on target, but it's easily into the gloves of Bernardoni. And that'll be the end of the half here in Clermont-Ferrand. And what a half it is. That's the best football we've played by quite a long shot this season. Corinne Diacre will have wanted her side to continue the good form, but really start to put teams under pressure, especially at home. And Valencians have had 3 shots. I don't remember any of those happening. But we've been deadly with the shots on target we've had. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. Decent bit of passing here. Maurizio edge of the box will try to get a shot off. Fontaine with a good tackle. And again, it's an easy take for Bernardoni. They've had some shots, but nothing to trouble the keeper. Nem, that is a bit lackadaisical there. But Massawema makes up for it with that athleticism that we've come to love. And now Saavedra. He'll look to poke a ball round the corner into Dore. That's a lovely ball from the South American. Dore couldn't bring it under, but he will get it back. Now it's back to Saavedra. Sees the run of Wellington Nem into the box. Nem now. Can he find a man in the red shirt? No! Don't know how we didn't find anyone there. Nem now. Pokes it into the path of Ncham. Oh, he gets away from 2. Oh, that was meant to be an Ncham shot. That's annoying. Ncham really has struggled in this game to get involved. And it doesn't matter though, 3 goals, couldn't really do anything in the second half. Valenciennes stepped their game up a little bit, but not enough to even really trouble Bernardoni. And that is a massive, massive win. Massive performance from Honorat. We wanted it, and it came. Let's take a look at the stats for this game. So I think it was interesting. Although it felt like we were all over them, actually they had more shots. None of them really troubled us. But they made more passes, didn't have as much possession. Interesting. But the win is a win is a win. And 7s for our 2 men up front. And Wellington Nem, he also provided a lot on that left-hand side. And Massawema was great as well. Surprised he only got 6. Fojo's still struggling a bit. Not 100% sure on him. Saavedra's a great example of a player who plays better than his overall rating. I think Fojo, very much the opposite. Maybe we look to invest in a right-back next season. So a great win there. And that sees us up into 10th. Lovely. And only 4 points now behind Bastia in second place. It could all change by the end of this episode. If things go our way, we could be in the top 2, which is a big contrast to the relegation zone. That's where we were. So Zagadou dramatically improving still. Look at all of those. I mean, that is that's all the ones you want, isn't it? Jumps improved, ball winnings improved, speed, physical contact, header. They all go up. And he goes up to 70. Ncham up to 75. I mean, there's a few players who could really benefit and could well be in line for a dramatic improvement. I think Ncham is one of them. I think Honorat's another. I'd love to see either of those two be granted the dramatic improvement. But yeah, only 3 days later now into our next game. We didn't really do much to manage fatigue in that one. I've been a bit slack on that, so we could be struggling a little bit here. Some of the players might need a rest. Let's take a look. Yeah, some tired legs as we expected, and some downward arrows probably as a result of that. It's poor management there from Corinne Diacre. We are up to 60 though, a big jump. Up 2 in team spirit in this game. That's really good to see. What do we do with the downward arrows? I guess we could give Loppy his first start of the season. Defensive midfielder. He's not too bad. Decent passer, decent ball winner. Strong enough. He's pretty slow, really. How tall is he? He's not very tall either. Saavedra. Oh, it really pains me to do this, especially to bring in Jalabi, but it's going to have to be done. And everyone else, I think, can start. Maybe. We've got to look to give Dory a bit of a rest. I think we're relying on him too much. Quick look at Tours. And again, another team with only one player in the 70s and a really, really shit keeper. Is he even a keeper? He's 56. Right. Shoot on sight, lads. Shoot on sight. Let's get into it. And let's wear the white kit, shall we? Spoke about that in the last game. Big fan of that one. Blue versus white. Is that going to be too much? Right, black versus white. That's fine. Let's go with that. Ooh, look at that big McDonald's sign. That's brutal. So away from home on a very rainy Tuesday night in Tours. Well, I just really want to keep this run going. I feel like Master League this year, PES this year, is going to throw some curveballs. I really don't think we're going to go on those runs of wins that we've seen in previous series. Look to be a big side. They all look very tall. Zagadou improving really well. He's going to be a mainstay, I think, from Corinne Diacre. I can see him being a player that we take to the next club that we go to. Maybe we should have chosen him as our most favourite player because he's going to be great. Oh, well cut out by Loppy. And then he puts a lovely ball into Wellington Nem. He's going to go first time into Dory. What a ball that is! Just too much on it. The wet ground sees the ball skip off the turf. And couldn't get to that one, but it's... oh, that's a mistake. Honorat now into Dory. Ferebory Dore. Oh, my God. How has he missed that? No. That's an open goal. I didn't expect... to be fair, I didn't expect the keeper to be that far out. That's unfortunate. That's a completely open goal there, Ferebory. That's not like you. It's not like you. Radio scoop, more like radio shank over the bar. I can't believe that. For God's sake. Honorat. He can put a ball over the top into Dory. Can he make amends here straight away? Dory away from his man with the right foot. What a finish that is. He used his pace and power to get his body ahead of the centre-back. And Tours were, well, they were found wanting there massively. Huge gap opened up and Dory just waltzed through. It was an easy ball over for Franck Honorat. He's not a great passer, but he didn't need to be there. This was a simple counter-attack again. We're starting to show ourselves as the counter-attacking force that Corinne Diacre wants us to be. Once he had his body ahead of the centre-back, there was no way he was getting ahead of him. And he makes up for that horrible miss almost straight away. It's a great goal. Mancini now into Sissoko. There's some decent passing happening here from Tours. Fontaine aware of the danger there, gets across, puts a good head on it. Sissoko will prevent it going out. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's out for a corner there. It's Echeverria over this one. It's into the box, to the far post. Loppy will jump for it. Great save, but it's pushed in on the rebound. And we let in the first goal in a long time. I really don't think he was offside. Pretty sure there's a man on the line. That is harsh. That is really harsh. I thought with Jalabi on the post, there was no way he was offside. But there was millimetres in that. He was on the floor. He had a leg stretched out in an offside position. We got off there very lightly. Jalabi in today. Goes early into Nem. He's got a lot of space to run into if he can beat Achera. Goes one way, goes the other. Puts his foot on it. Looking for the overlapping run, but he didn't fancy it in the end. Olivier and Cham now. Olivier and Chin, strong running. And now Fojo's found a lot of space. He's got Dory to look for on the far post. Great ball in. Dory gets ahead of his man. Headers over. Really nice play. Pulling Tours around there. Going from side to side and end up with Fojo with a lot of space. He had time to stop, get his head up. Put a good ball in for Dory, but it was always going to be difficult that far off the far post. Nice passing edge of the box. That's a dangerous ball. Clements will take it down. That's a good finish. We were caught out there. Fontaine was poor. Shouldn't have allowed that. We allowed him maybe a little bit too much time edge of the box. Stood off, mate. Yeah, stood off way too much there. And Fontaine was caught out of position. It's a good finish in the end. Well, we were putting in so much good work before that, and actually we were made to pay for not scoring a second. Oh, Nem, really well read. Oh, and steps inside nicely. Can he find a ball into Dore? He can. Dore steps inside. Ferebory Dore into the gloves of the keeper. Great work there. Oh, shit. No. Clements, edge of the box. Hits it. Good hit. Just wide. Fojo slips. Lets Clements get away. And then Zagadou overcommits. Lovely ball in. Bakar. Oh, couldn't get it away. This is bad. This is bad. And Dore into the box. El Harite doing great tackle. He can't clear. Zagadou will be able to just grab hold of it now. Just take a breath and spray a long ball out to Wellington then. And that's the end of the first half here. And, well, Tours came back into it in a big way. They got their goal. We had a lot of really good play, which we just couldn't convert into any really good chances. And then we were made to pay for that as Tours drew things level just before the end of the half. It's disappointing. I think there's goals in this, though. Just hopefully Clermont goals. Is that obvious? Come on. Zagadou, big header. And Cham, that's an awful ball from Olivier and Cham. He's having a really difficult run of form at the moment, Olivier and Chin. And that was a good example of that. Just trying too much. And now Tours will come forward again with Bakar. Great step inside. Zagadou, good header away. Only as far as in Dore. Once again, Wellington Nem is in there, but it's still not cleared. Edge of the box, can't get it away. And Cham with a desperate clearance. Tours really putting on the pressure here. The home team did not like going behind. And that's Harite into the box. Good ball in. Bernardoni spotted that one. Oh, good defensive work there from Incham. And then calm play just to spot the danger. He'll go into Lopi. Passes it into Dooley. This is better. Can we work a counter-attack here? Honorat round the corner looking for Dore. Keeper's there. Oh no, he's not there. Oh, I didn't. Oh no, I've done it again. I've done it again. That was essentially another open goal there for Ferebory Dore. I thought the keeper had that. I'd pretty much given up on that. Keeper looked to have got that one. We could have taken a touch there. Hit it with the left into the side. And I can't believe it. I can't blame anyone there other than myself. That was just really poor play. That's a nice ball. Bakar will get there, but Fontaine, that's strong play. And an awful clearance. Echeverra now look to get a ball in. Bakar, great footwork. Zagadou, headers. Fontaine away, only as far as in Dore, edge of the box. Oh, Wellington Nem gets another tackle in. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oof, we get away with that massively. Fojo through the middle into Honorat. He goes first time looking for Dore. It's a foot race here. Dore versus Miguel. Miguel gets there pretty comfortably. Oh, this has turned into a good game, this, but we should be 2 goals up by now. A couple of subs here, but we've got nothing on the bench we want to play. It's Guibert and Dai coming on. Can't believe 83 minutes in, we're going to come away with nothing here. 2 open goal misses from Ferebory Dore. I don't believe it. It's just not him. I mean, it wasn't him. It was totally me. It's not falling. Oh my god, what are you doing, Lopi? Don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot. Get it away. Oh my god. And Dai now through the middle. Looking to use the pace of Dore. Felipe does well. This is definitely not over though. As Tours come through again. Fontaine! Oh, Fontaine couldn't get there. Just about did enough. And Bernardoni furious with his defence. That could have been the winning goal there for Tours, who've looked so dangerous in the second half. And now Doolin. He can put a hopeful ball in for Dore. He'll take it down. Felipe again. There's been more than a match for Dore, and that is a disappointing 1-1 draw here for Clermont, who in such good form came into this game absolutely steaming. And Dore with 2 big misses that were the tail of this game, really. It was a very close game again. But yeah, we should have been getting the 3 points out of this one, I feel. Well, that was seriously disappointing. That was really disappointing. We go back down into 11th place. In such great form then. We needed to keep the run going. And that was against a team in 16th that we should have been beating. Well, let's take a look at the month. We've had a lot better run of form this month. 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. That's fine. That's good form in my book. Dore obviously with the goals. Good to see Honorat, and he got both of them in the same game, but pretty decent. We've definitely been playing more of a possession game, but I think that's more just a case we've been more dominant, I think. But the long pass still prevails, and that's what we're looking for. And yeah, well, we're still leaning more towards an all-out defence and conservative style in defence, which is what we wanted. So that's good to see. All the goals so far coming from through balls. I mean, that's maybe something to consider. Goals scored from different areas. 3 from through balls, 3 passing, 1 from a cross. Maybe that means we should be getting more crosses in. I think we're maybe not doing that enough. So in Cham, dribbling and passing, he's doing pretty well. But I'm concerned about him. I think he's not the player we want. I don't know. Maybe it's too early to say. Stats-wise, he looks okay. Dore's had a lot of shots, as usual. Honorat, well, 40% success rate is decent. But Dore has been huge in the air. 16 aerial battles won. That's exactly what we want. And Zagadou starting to turn into the beast that we knew he would. Wellington Nem, 3rd in the aerial battles. That's surprising for a midget. And tackles 1, Zagadou again, do lean as you'd expect. Saavedra in there as well. And look at that. Well, that shows how good the form has been for our front 3. Nem, Honorat and Dore all in there. And Saavedra as well. The very cheap signing, deadline day signing, or nearly deadline day signing. He's really been maybe the coup of the season. An unknown South American who's come in and lit up Ligue 2. So, last game of the episode, and it's up against Stade Brestois. But before we get into it, interestingly, Corinne Diacre has been offered her first role, but it's another Ligue 2 side in Caveli-Rouen. We don't want to go there. Diarmi, that's broken down. That's a shame. It would have been, I think, the perfect partner for Zagadou, but we could maybe look at that again. Sometimes trying to negotiate with players outside the transfer window never really works. So Tyldsley, we've had a bid for him. That could be an extra 20 quid or something that we can use. Let's take a look. So Tyldsley, definitely a player we can sell, and 200,000, well, that'd be better than a smack in the balls. And you go to Barcelona B, well, you'd have a good time there. So I think we'll definitely let him go if we can. Is it even worth negotiating an extra 30,000? Probably not. So we'll let you go. You can get out of here, and that sees us into the hundreds of thousands at least. Not the millions that we're going to need to sign anyone, but still. Diarmi, yeah, that didn't go through. Player declined the offer. I mean, he's definitely one to go back in for. I think he's going to be a big target for us. So final game of the episode is a big one, and it's going to be a really tricky one. We're going away to Stade Brestois, who are 2nd in the league. They've got some great players. They've got Charbonnier, who's a player we looked at, playing a very similar style to us. 3 defensive midfielders with a big, scary striker in the middle, and Autret as well. They're quality. This is a much better side than the first 2 games we played today. So it's good to see some players in some better form. No one's quite as tired as they were. We're up to 61. Team spirit, much better. Zagadou's dramatic improvement has been a very long one, I've noticed. So that's good. That's good. Massawema on a blue. Him and Doolin just look to be bossing the centre of the park against the sort of not so good teams. Can they do it now against some 74, 71 rated defensive midfielders? It's going to be definitely more of a challenge. Let's get into it. So this is where we stake a claim. A difficult away game against a top of the table side. This is it. This is where we prove ourselves. Corinne Diacre is starting to see improvements. Her strategies are starting to be employed by a team full of players, full of new players who've taken time to gel. You'd expect that. But it's big games like this, which is where we really show whether we're men or mice. Can we be real contenders? Well, hopefully, because if not, Corinne's going to be down the old Clermont Foot job centre before you know it. So today, let's get a win. Come on, boys. Charbonnier with the corner. Zagadou's in about. Gets his head onto it. Not cleared, though. Back into P. He'll get a shot away. Bernardoni's there. And Fojo will clear. But not very far. And it's back now into the box. Edge of the box. And Cham gets a tackle in. No way! No way! That is just awful defending. Ah! And that is not the start we needed at all. We had a chance to get it away then. It was poor clearances to begin with. And it was here. No, it was... I've just got the wrong side. The breakdown. Well, it was unlucky. First attack of the game and we're already behind. Have we met our match here? I think we definitely have. Nice ball into Charbonnier there. Oh, we're ripped apart here. What are you doing off your line, Bernardoni? That was too easy. We're in trouble here. We're in for a spanking if we keep playing like this. Zagadou. Hopeful ball looking for Honorat. And that's easily cut out. Wellington Nem gets a great foot in though. Honorat well turning. Oh, strong play from Honorat there. He has to go back to Massawema. Now Saavedra will slip it through into Dore with his left foot at the keeper. Tries to poke it past him again if he'd taken his time. Could have maybe looked to his right hand side and seen Wellington there. It's good strong play there. And this was a decent ball through from Saavedra into Dore. Great goalkeeping. And Cham was in there as an option, but it's gone out for the first corner of the game here. Can we get Zagadou onto something? We're yet to even see him have a chance at a header. Fojo, good ball in. Zagadou is there. Tries to get the header in. Oh, how did you get that wrong? No. No, they just decided not to go for it. Fontaine struggling. Great shot. Great save by Bernardoni. It's not going to go out and Autret will get there. Danger not cleared yet. Bernardoni gets to it this time. Great save from Bernardoni to prevent the first shot. He should never have got through in the first place. Dore, great header on into Saavedra. He's got Nem making the run down this left-hand side. South American into South American. Can he get a cross in now? Has to go back. Saavedra's got time to look up. Whip a ball in. Dore's there. He'll jump for it. Could fall to anyone here. Doesn't fall to any of our players. And they get it away. And they look to go straight away. Fontaine, though, this time gets a good header in. Massawena into Wellington. Nem, lovely first touch away from Nem. Goes back out to Saavedra. How many times have we seen that well-trodden path? And again, they link up beautifully. Nem inside now. Dore with the header. Lovely glancing header. And Kiki will get it away. And Cham chasing. Will Labidi get there? Oh, it's our ball. It's our ball. Yes, it is. Come on. Keep this going. Pressure's on here. We're starting to really bounce back. Oh, that wasn't it. That was not it. Shit. Oh, well. No. Quarter. What are you doing, Fontaine? That's an incredible tackle, but it had to be because he was just having his lunch or something while they went through there. Lovely interplay there. And now Nem can get away from P just about. Has to go back inside. And now Honorat. Saavedra. Down to Nem again. This time he cuts inside. Honorat into Incham. Can he keep this one in? No, he can't. He's ushered out. Is it a goal kick? No, it's another corner here. This has been breathless first 28 minutes. Can we capitalise on this with a goal? That's too long. That's too long. Zagadou's there. Can he get the ball back down? No, he can't. Nem with a great tackle, though. Slips it through, looking for... Oh, don't believe it. This has been exciting, but stressful. Saavedra gives it away in a dangerous position. Now the break could be on here. Oh, my God. I just need a breath. Go out, go out, go out. Jesus Christ. This has been a good game, but we needed a goal there. Saavedra into Nem. Lovely ball into Massawema. The defensive midfield has made a great run here. Massawema with the finish! Oh, Massawema, yes! And we scored just before the end of this first half here to silence the home fans. And it's the unlikely source of Massawema, the big defensive midfielder. He is on a blue arrow today. He was well up for this one. And the away fans there, the Clermont faithful, going absolutely mental. And rightly so. This has been a fast-paced, exciting game. And it was a good counter-attack here. Nem saw the run. No one tracking Massawema, and you wouldn't expect them to be. He took what looked to be more than enough touches, more than maybe one too many. But he got there just ahead of Diallo and finished with the left foot as well. Great ball through from Wellington Nem. Slipping, sliding, but he got it on target. And that's a lovely finish outside of his weaker foot. And we're back in this one. And as he thumps his chest, he knows that this game is still on. And that's half-time here. And my word, this has probably been one of the most exciting games of this season so far. We went behind from a really disappointing goal, and then it was end-to-end stuff. Chances for both sides. And it was Massawema who got the goal to draw things level. And we'll go into the second half full of confidence. Come on! Long ball out to Boutin. Saavedra comes across. One of the players of the season so far. Fontaine, great ball into Dore. And he'll lay it off to Wellington Nem. He's got Saavedra making that run, as he always does. He goes back inside. That's a good ball, looking for Incham. It runs through to the keeper. It was intelligent play there, though, for everyone involved. Oh, that's not a good ball. And we'll take that. Thank you very much. Dore into Incham now. Olivier Incham bearing down on goal. He's not scored yet for Clermont. Nearly did there. It will fall to Honorat, though. One side to Dore. He'll hit this one. That's not a good effort. Incham still yet to get off the mark for Clermont, and he won't have many better opportunities than that. Incham looks to Ferebory Dore with an early ball. Not a good one. That's ridiculously poor. And now Honorat can slip in Dore. He'll get there ahead of his man. Dore! Yes! Ferebory starts the second half, 58 minutes in, with his first goal of the game. And Clermont second. And we go ahead here. Oh, that was a defensive howler there from the Stade Brestois player. Absolutely unnecessary. And then Honorat slips a simple ball into Dore, who once again has got that explosive power. to get ahead of his man. Slots it past the keeper. Low down to his right-hand side. And we didn't see this one coming, really. Second in the league, Stade Brestois have let in 2 goals to see us back ahead. Oh, Incham read that so well, and that's a great outball into Dore. Didn't quite have the strength to get away, but Massawema somehow finds it. And now Nem outside of the boot ball into Dore. Can he get away from Diallo? Somehow he keeps hold of it. Back to Saavedra. Now Incham. He turns. Edge of the box. Can he get a shot away? Olivier Incham is going to fall to one right here. And that's 4. Is it onside? It's 3. Is it onside? It's not onside. It is onside. And Franck Honorat makes it 3 here for Clermont Foot. I thought it was 4 for a second there, but 3-1 will do us nicely. And Stade Brestois have just fallen apart. And Cham worked the space. Good shot. Keeper couldn't hold that. It was hit with such venom. And Honorat, right place at the right time. It seems to be his calling card. And he grabs his third goal of the episode. And it's a tap in, but he'll take that all day. And Cham still threatening to score. Couldn't there, but it fell to Honorat, who coolly took a touch and then finished past the Stade Brestois keeper. And this should be ours now. Come on. Charbonnier. That's an impressive cross-field ball. Henry with a great touch. Fojo couldn't get it away from him. But Incham will get it away. And then Honorat finds Massawema. And what a win that is. That's got to be our best performance of the season. Goals from Massawema, Dore and Honorat to see us win 3-1 after going behind in the first half. To the team that are second in the league. Well, there won't be any more, I'm sure. And we will climb slightly further towards that position, which is exactly where we need to be. Great performances all round. It was a real team effort. Lungs were busted for sure. It's probably the first game we've had in a while where we've been clearly the better side in terms of stats and in terms of play. And yeah, great performances from everyone. Again, it's Fojo maybe letting the side down. But Honorat is starting to show that he is a natural goal scorer. And that's what we need him for. So, I mean, really, it should have been 3 wins in a row today. And that would see us in 3rd place. Well, 4th place, just behind Lens on goal difference. So, things could be very different. But we remain 5 points only behind Nancy-Lorraine now in 2nd place. And Stade Brestois dropped down to 5th. And yeah, let's just keep this going. Let's keep this run going. So what an episode that was. And now we're in 9th on 17 points from 12 games. Dore with 8 goals is top of the goal rankings. We've only progressed 3 spaces up the league. And that draw in the second game was disappointing. But we're showing the right signs of improvement. And hopefully, I mean, what does the chairman think of us at the moment? 44% owner trust for Corinne Diacre. That's pretty good, isn't it? 63 team spirit. Lovely. Squad satisfaction, 55. I don't know how squad satisfaction works compared to team spirit. Let me know in the comments if you've got any insight into that. I'd be interested to know. But yeah, let's keep that owner trust high. Let's keep the wins coming. And let's make a real push for promotion. It feels like it's a doable thing now. Ask me that 2 or 3 games ago. I probably would have said it wasn't. So have a great week. We'll talk again on Friday for some Become a Legend. See how Gabby's getting on. I'll see you in a bit.